Hello and welcome to Cigar Box Guitars, aka Dutchman in San Marcos. I am the DISM and we're about to get ready, so let's get go. All right, here we are with this week's show, and I'll be going over the neck. I got more work done on it. I had another problem. This whole cigar box has been, that's why I'm calling it the oops cigar box, because it's been all oops. But it's good, because they say through your mistakes, you learn. And I definitely have learned how to do things better through this guitar, through this cigar box guitar. So let me adjust the camera so you can see my bench a little better, and I'll show you what happened this week. So let me get that going. All right, here we are. Got that moved a little closer so you can see everything. There's our box. Nothing's new with that. This is the neck, and as you can see, I've got it all ready to go. So here's the story, and I'm sticking to it. I went to, as you know, to drill the tuning pegs in there, I had to get this thinner than this. This was actually this thick. So I went to do it and sawed in my bandsaw to make it narrower. And what happened was, because I had to rest it like this going into the bandsaw. Well, it wouldn't go all the way, and this was hitting the top of it, and it was hard to get it on a flush fence. So what happened is, when I was cutting, as you can see, it went crooked. This is the actual piece. It went crooked. See how narrow it went? Started out good right here, but then it got narrow. So that left me with the oops. Ooh, what do I do? So what I did was, as you can see, it's pretty good. It's you can see where this piece came right off of there, like that. So that came off of there. So it was pretty. It was good here, but got really narrow here. So I thought, what do I do to kind of make that better? Also, it got too narrow here, so I actually took those pieces that were, they'd been square, and I glued them back on here and then lowered them down. So then I thought, well, I'll take this piece and cut a piece out of here. So I did that. So I had this plywood like that, and it looks different because I'm going into the other ply when I wanted to sand it down. I might sand it a little more, but it's not too bad when you look at it here and there. And there's so many mistakes on it now that I'm not going to worry about it. But I'm still going to do the veneer, so you won't see this when I put the veneer over it. And then drill the holes. I think I might have some tuning machines. So that's the point I'm at next. I did shape the neck better. You can see it's rounder, and started shaping this. I just got a little more hand sanding to do on that. So you can see it comes in nice back here. These two pieces here, you can't see them. There's a little seam maybe right there, but I glued them back on to keep this thick. I didn't want it to get too weak. And then when I did that and they were glued, then I sanded that down on my sander. So that's the neck, the way it's coming along. And this is my reminder of my bandsaw not working right. I have to set up a better system the thing I need to do is not assemble them and I've seen other guys do this. You have the scarf joint cut for this piece, and it's still square, and that's when you should make it thin before you start doing it, before you even glue it to the scarf of the neck. So that's the solution. But this one, like I said, I had it pre-made, and so there was really no turning back. I was just trying to make it to work. But I'm really happy with the way this came out. Once I cover it up with a veneer here and here, it'll look like one piece. And so yeah, so let me move some of this stuff around, and I'll pull some of that veneer out and show you what I might be doing. This video won't be too long because I didn't get a lot of work done on it. I'll go look for some tuners, and then I'll come back and I'll show you what I got. All right, I'm back. Here's what I came up with. I was looking at my drawers, and I actually found these. They're CB Giddies. I must have bought a bag of them at one time, and I've got only 2 of them in there. You can see there's 2. I got to buy more of these. I really like the open ones with the little pearl things. So, gotta buy more of these, but I don't have them for this one. I did go into my other stock of old stuff and found these. I don't know if you can see them there. Oops, I had that on. I found these, but as you know, when you're putting them on, you need to have it so the bigger part where the gear is at is facing toward the bridge. So the way these are situated, they're different sided. So there's left hand and right hand. So these would be the left-sided one, and this would be a right-hand one. As you see, they're going down, going down, going down. And if you turn it around, it doesn't go that way. So I've got to use it in a 2-1 configuration. So 2-1, because of the way these machines are. I had these on this one, which must have been the other ones. But remember, this one had a little, I don't know where it was at. Yeah, this one here was kind of broken, so I don't want to reuse those. So I'll just leave those on there as bad necks. So I'll use these, and as you can see, I'll have 2 on this side, but you can see how nice they come through that. See, what you can see, if I didn't do that, it wouldn't have come through. The thicker you get, the lower that peg gets. So I had to get it fairly low. So these will be the 3. So it'll be two here and 1 there, because this one faces down. So that's what we'll use. So now we can drill the holes, because I had the shaft side on these run different, so I had to see what I was going to use. Then the other thing, let me get this was my Mac and Noodle box. I think I showed you this one, but I had a really nice piece of veneer, and I'm thinking about, see, here's my veneer. I'm thinking about cutting it out so I get that in there. Not sure how that would look. Maybe I don't have enough. So I probably won't, because I want to cover the whole thing. So this piece here, we'll cut this out. We'll cut this out. And what I'll do is I'll trace it on there, and then we'll cut it out. I still don't know how to cut veneer. If I have to get a really sharp razor, but we'll play around with that. I know I'll start out with an old piece first before I wreck this piece. But yeah, so we're gonna get this cut and get that put on top. And I'm gonna do that before I drill the holes of these, so that way it looks nice and clean, and I can have it all taped. But and do a little bit more sanding on this to get this seam right. This is where I glued the other piece. Get that seam a little lower. You can see there's a little lip there. So So yeah, so that's what we'll be doing next to get this thing looking good. And next time, I'll get these frets all put on and get the tuners mounted so we can get it in the box and actually put some strings on to see how it's going to go. So we're getting really close now. We're getting to the finish line, so we don't have any more oops, unless I have an oops on here. But I'm going to try to plan ahead before I start cutting this and wrecking this sheet. You can see it's it's not even flat, so it's going to take a little pressure. But I've done this before and then started sanding it, and then it burned through it. I'm like, oh no, that was where on this one here, that's what I did here. This was actually a piece of that stuff. And then when I had to sand it to try to straighten it out, I started sanding it. You can see it actually burned through the veneer. But that was a piece that would be on there. So it's going to look like that. So I got the idea. But just too bad I couldn't get this one straight. So it'll be on the wall of shame. I've got stuff hanging around up here because it looks like a nice neck. The idea is there. The idea is there, but the wood wasn't cooperating. And I'm believing part of the problem was because I had pre-made all of this, and as you can see on this one, I goofed up too and cut too much off. So I'm learning from the mistakes, and we'll go from there. I brought my let me show you here. My camera won't come around, but I brought my big. Oh, you can't see it, but I got my big junk box over here from up here where I found these at, because I just keep collecting them, so you never know when you need them. But I'm gonna get the part number. I can barely read it off of the CB Giddy one and order more of these up. I like these better, and as you can see, I'll show you. They seem to be better tuners. I bought some on that one I showed you. I bought some that were gold color because they matched the hardware, and they didn't hold up. They were kind of like these. They didn't hold up as well. They started like slipping. But you can see these make for pretty nice tuners because they come all the way through. Let me get it here. As you can see, they come up nice and high. So, and even these are, when you look at it, you want it right up out there. So yeah, so even these, but these are a lot nicer tuners, as you can see them. I really like those a lot. And you can get different colored pegs on them, but I like kind of like the pearloid peg like that. So I'm gonna order a bunch of these because I got more guitars to build. These came off of just a cheap guitar I had, a 6-string guitar. You know, like one of those K guitars. You know, one of those pawn shop El Cheapo guitars. And so, but we can still use them. And the good part is because, and Dale Puckett said this, that I'm going EBE, there's not as much tension. So these will work better under less tension. So there we have it. So next step is frets, tuning machines, and veneer, tuning machines, frets. And then we can start sticking it in the box and putting some strings on it and see how it works. So I do have the bridge I was going to use, and I might make another one. I saw some different ideas. I might make another one where just using a piece like this with just a fret in it, so it's just a little shorter on top like that. So I might make one of those. I've got to find a bigger piece of this and slot it, and then put a jumbo fret in it. So I know I got some scrap around here that I can slot first and then cut this narrower and make that the bridge. I kind of like that idea. So I had one. Oh, here it was. I had one and I made it like that. which was a good idea, but I didn't get it level. You can see it's not level. This is the one I had that I was trying to put on there, which is kind of cool. This one here, but it runs a little high. So, and the way this neck is coming in, I might need more. It'll probably be better a little lower action. So I'm going to make the lower action one, and maybe if this one works, I'll keep it. But if it doesn't, then I'll have that lower action one. Because if I don't use the lower action one, the lower action one here on this one, I could use it on another one. So that's where I'm at with that. So hey, be sure to subscribe, like. I'm growing. I got 21 subscribers. Watch, usually on Wednesdays I put a little short out showing some of my cigar boxes of the past. I had my memorabilia ukulele that showed my grandpa Dykstra, who loved Dutch Master cigars. I made a Dutch Master cigar box uke, and my dad, when I was growing up, always played ukulele, and I actually have his old ukulele. I put his graduate coin from Coin Electrical School. It was like a little pennant that he graduated in the headstock of that uke as kind of a memorial piece. So that has a lot of sentimental value to me now. It doesn't play really as too good because the way I mounted the neck, I wanted it so the box could open, and that kind of compromised it, making it solid. So the neck, the strings are kind of pulling the neck up and down. So it's got a little bit more work. But anyway, subscribe, like, and keep watching, and we'll see you next week.